Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the 1977 National League Inside Pitch replay. Doing that this afternoon because I've got something else going on tonight, so I'm not going to stream tonight. So, figured I'd get it in now while I can. It is the Houston Astros hosting the San Francisco Giants. Mark Lemongello on the mound for the Astros and Ed Halicki on the mound for the Giants. We are at the Astrodome. This is an April 20th game. In the replay so far, Houston is 6-4. San Francisco enters 3-7. You see the starting lineups for both teams, the benches and the bullpens, and we'll get to them when and if they're needed. I'm sure they probably will be before long. Hello, Midlife. Just trying to get this in because I'm not streaming tonight, so figured I'd do it now. All right. So leading things off for the San Francisco Giants will be Daryl Thomas. One thing to notice about San Francisco, they have a terrible fielding infield. The shortstop, third baseman, and first baseman are all ones, as well as the catcher, Sadek, and the pitcher, Halicki. The only infielder that's above a 1 is Andrews at second. He's a 4. But everybody else in the infield is a 1. Worst you can have. So I hope that doesn't come back to bite them. Again, the Astrodome, pitcher's ballpark, even takes away 1 from the home runs. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hello, Brian B. Lemongello. Mark Lemongello. I heard somebody else say Lemongello on a broadcast, so I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's Lemongello. That's what the broadcaster called him. I think it was a Cubs broadcaster called him that. So, potato, it's all the same. Here's the pitch, 5-3, and that's going to be a blank for the pitcher. We go to Daryl Thomas, 4-3 again, and that's a ground ball to second. 1 away. Thomas is retired. Marty Brenneman called him Lemongello. Okay, well, we'll go with Lemongello then. All right. It could go either way, I guess. I don't know what the official pronunciation is. Here's Andrews, 3-2, and that is a blank to a righty. So we'll go to Andrews. 1-1, that's a ground ball to short. Easy play for Metzger. 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Bill Madlock. 1-6, that's a hit by pitch chance. 8 minus 3 is a 5. 13 too high. Go to Madlock. 1-3, it's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down. Go the Giants here in the first. And we start the bottom of the first with Ed Halicki. And he'll be facing Cesar Cedeno, Enos Cabell, and Jose Cruz for the Astros. Halicki, 3-2 as a blank. Go to Cedeno. 3-5, and that is a fly to center. Cedeno is out of there. Here's Enos Cabell. That is a 5-2. That's a range play on Cabell's card. 3-4, and that's a single to short, but it's a range check. Unfortunately, Daryl Thomas is a 1. I had mentioned that earlier. All the infielders are 1s except for Andrews. Everybody else is a 1, so not very good chance. And it's not. It's going to be a base hit for Enos Cabell. That single will stand. Terrible range, especially on the AstroTurf. So Cabell, an attempt of 11, so a good chance to get the lead. And he does. He's a 13 plus 3 from Halicki. He's a 16. Sadek's a -1. So 1-15, they're going to send him. And he's in there. Stolen base for Cabell. So Cabell steals second. 1 away, and here's Jose Cruz. 3-2, and that's a blank. We go to Jose Cruz. 2-6, and that's a fly to center. 2 down. Can Cabell move it over to third? Fly ball to center field. You take away 2. So Cabell's a 4. He drops to a 2. Center fielder arm, 0. So 1-2, and he will make it. He does not. He's got a hold. So Cabell thought better of it. He's still in scoring position with 2 outs for Bob Watson. "5-1, that's a ballpark check, so Astrodome comes a calling for Bob Watson. 3-6, it's a star 6 fly ball to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for either side here in the first. We go to the second, no score from the Dome. Lemongello, or Lemongello, however you prefer to pronounce it, facing Darrell Evans. It'll be Evans, McCovey, and Clark, heart of the order. Hey there to Scooney, or Scooney, I should say. 1-4, it's a range play at the park. So the Astrodome, a range play. 3-1, that's a blank, so it's not going to be a range play. We're going straight to the rare play. Rare play with the bases empty. And we get a 54. Slow roll to the catcher who bobbles. Error on a ground ball, question mark. Boots ball, then throws wild on the error on a throw to first. Resolved by rolling against the catcher. Error rate once for each error chance. Okay. So it's possible double error on the catcher. In this case, that is Ferguson. His error rating is a 7. So I'm going to roll and see if he bobbles this or not. He does not. And now we're going to roll again to see if he has a throwing error. And neither one, so it's just going to be a ground out. So he avoids both of the error chances. Hello, Colin. He avoids both the error chances there. So nice play by Ferguson. That'll bring up stretch Willie McCovey. That's a 6-1 for McCovey. For Lemongello. That's a walk plus. McCovey walks at an 11, be a 21. -1's a 20, so either way he's going to walk. And McCovey is aboard. He has no chance to steal. But there are some pickoff and balk chances for Lemongello. But there's no 20. So here's Jack Clark. 5-1. Pitcher result. 1-3 is a single. That's an 11. Treated as a blank. 5-2 is a single to center field. McCovey, though, running at a 1, very much likely not to make it to third, because you lose 1 going there, so that makes him a 0. So he will have to hold at second base. He has no choice. First and second, 1 out for Gary Thomason. Thomason. 5-6. That's a home run question mark against lefties, though it's only a 1, so no home run. We'll go to Thomason. He will swing. 1-3. It's star 1. Ground ball to second. Possible double play. He's a 2, but -1 on the pitcher drops it down to a 1, but halfway brings it back to a 2. And then the pivot is the shortstop. In this case, that is Metzger. He's a 0. So 1-2, and we have a double play. We do not. It's actually 6, so runners are going to advance. The only play was for the second baseman, Howell, was to throw to first base. So now second and third, 2 outs, and you get this National League quandary. You got weak hitting Mike Sadek, the number 8 hitter, at bat with the pitcher on deck. First base is open. Do you pitch to the weaker hitter, get him out, and force the pitcher to lead off, or do you intentionally walk him and face a weaker hitting pitcher? So in most cases, when it's a weak hitting number 8 hitter, he's an 8 hitter for a reason. So I will go ahead and pitch to him. I'm not afraid of an 8th place hitter. I want that pitcher leading off next inning. So they will pitch to Sadek. 5-2. Strikeout 14 is too high. We go to Sadek. 6-5. Power result to right field. It goes to 19. That's an 18. It'll be a single for Sadek. So the strategy backfires as Sadek and his cookie cutter card, it manages to do something. I don't know what he did against righties, but it's cookie cutter, so that kind of puts an asterisk on it for me. But it will be a single to right field. McCovey will score. Clark runs at a 4 with 2 outs. It becomes a 5. Single to right field. Game 1 makes him a 6. And then the right fielder arm cruises a 0, so he scores without a throw. And it's a 2-run single from Mike Sadek. So just a bad break on the cookie cutter card. One of the shames of inside pitch. Unfortunately, it happens. All right, here is Halicki. 3-4. That is a strikeout chance, and he got him to end the inning. So Happy walked him intentionally, but you never know how the dice would have turned out. You got the butterfly effect, all sorts of things happening, cause and effect. So you go one way, and when it works, you look like a genius. When it doesn't, you look like RJL. So what can I tell you? Just kidding, Mr. Robert. All right, here is Ferguson. 1-6. He's blank. Ferguson 3-5, and that's a double to center field. Back come the Stros. Leadoff double for Ferguson. And that will bring up Cliff Johnson. Nothing on the strategy. Johnson playing left field in this game. So I already mentioned for San Francisco, all the ones, but Johnson in left field is a 1 with a +2 arm, but they want his bat in the lineup. So go figure. 3-5, and that is a ground ball to third. And now I'm trying to remember if I rolled after the strategy roll, whether I rolled on Halicki's card or not. I got distracted. I want to go back to the replay. So let me do the replay to make sure I'm not messing this up. I want to know what I did and what I didn't do. So let's see what's going on here. On the replay. Not sure that I did anything with that, but we're going to check it out. See what happens. All right, so Ferguson got the double. I just want to make sure I get this right. Sorry for the delay, but I want to make sure I get it right. So we're doing Ferguson's double, and that's there. Yep, that's good. Now the question is, did I only do the strategy? I did the strategy roll, but did I roll? I don't think I rolled on Halicki's card. I did not. It looks like I went straight to Cliff Johnson on that 3-5. So the 3-5 actually is going to belong to Halicki. So that was the case. I did get partially distracted there. So I rolled the strat, but did not roll on Halicki. So 3-5 on Halicki is a range play. So we're going to Cliff Johnson for the range play. 3-1, that is a ground ball to second. We're checking the range of Andrews. He's a 4, one of the few Giant players that has a good range. It's a 4, and he will make the play. Going to third base is Ferguson. So ground out to the right side. So textbook baseball there. Moving the runner up. Now with 1 out. Let's see what the Giants want to do. They're going to play the infield. Boy, what do they want to do? They're going to play the infield in. They don't give a cheap run. 20, so now there's a chance of something happening. 1-3 is a balk, 4-6 a pickoff, 7 a pickoff error, 8 or higher, nothing happens. That's an 11, nothing happens. Here's Art Howe. Halicki to Howe. 5-2. That's a range play with the infield in, wouldn't you figure? Let's see if it goes to the infield or the outfield. 6-4, that's a fly to left, so we're checking the range of the left fielder. That is Evans. He's a 2. Still not a good prospect. But he makes the catch. Is it a sacrifice fly? Howe's sacrifice fly rating is a 1. That's not going to work. Ferguson's a 2. Evans is a 0 arm. 1-2, Ferguson scores. He does, so the sacrifice fly does work. And the Astros are on the board. Sacrifice fly from Art Howe cuts the lead to 2-1. Now the bases are empty. Hello, Ernest. Good to see you. Halicki, 3-3. And Metzger switch hitter batting left, so that's a blank. Will not be an automatic out. That's a blank. We go to Metzger, 6-6. And against a righty, that's a double to center field. So how about that? Metzger with the double. 2-out double for Metzger. His attempt is a 3, but with the pitcher coming up, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He's not. So Lemongello is up. He's an 087 hitter. Halicki, 6-1, strikeout got him. That's going to end the inning. So the Astros get one of them back. At the end of 2, they trail it 2-1. And top of the order for the Giants, it'll be Darryl Thomas. Darryl Thomas steps to the plate against Lemongello. There you go, Jimmy. I was a driver too, and I used to love listening to games during the daytime, so I thought I'd give it a try today. Reason I'm doing this one now is because I'm not going to be streaming tonight, and I figured this is my best chance to get it in. Hopefully before Spokane Steve kicks in around 4 Eastern with his strat game. So I'm trying to fit it in, so to speak. 1-3 is a possible error. Go to Thomas. That is a 3-1 star 4 ground ball to first, but that's a 20, so there's no error there. But it will be a 3-1 put out since it was a fielding check. I do the same thing as strat when it's an X check, make it a 3-1 put out. Here's Rob Andrews. 4-2, and that is a strikeout chance. 10, but that's not going to be a strikeout. Andrews will swing it. 5-4, and that's a fly to center. 2 down. And here's Madlock. 5-5, and that's a walk chance. That's a 1, so Madlock will draw the 2-out walk. And that'll bring up a chance to get the lead with a 4 or less. 2, he gets the lead. 11 plus minus 1 rather is a 10. Ferguson's a 0. 1 to 10, 50-50 chance to get in the scoring position with 2 outs. I think you got to take that gamble. And he's in there, stolen base. Stolen base for Madlock, and now it's in scoring position for Darrell Evans. And the pitch to Evans. 1-3, and that's another possible error. Go to Evans. 3-6, that's a fly to left, but that's an 11. Left fielder Johnson is a 10. He just got by with it, barely. Johnson, not the prettiest out there in the outfield, but he did it well enough to make the catch, and that's all that counts. And the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the third, still 2-1. Oh, he starts at 4:30. Okay, so I got more time than I thought. I thought he started at 4. I wasn't sure. So I've got a little bit extra time. All right, here is Halicki to Cedeno. 4-1, strikeout 20 is too high. 2-4, and that is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Halicki, for the out. I really enjoy Spokane Steve, the way he does his broadcast. I'm not much in the 66 season that he's doing, but I like the way he presents his broadcast. All right, here is Cabell. 4-1, strikeout 16 is no good. Cabell, 6-3, it's a fly to center. And that's put away out there in center field by Mr. Thomason. 2 down for Jose Cruz. 5-6, and that's a walk plus. So Jose Cruz will draw the base on balls. 2-out walk rather to Cruz. His attempt is a 10. And he just missed it, so he cannot get the lead. Here's Bob Watson. Folklore has it he scored the millionth run in Major League history. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. 6-6 is a hit by pitch. 8 plus 5 is a 13, but that's an 18. So we go to Watson. 2-1, ground ball to third, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the fourth. It's still 2-1 Giants as they hang on to their slim lead. Giants can use a win in the strat replay. They're 3-7, where Houston is 6-4. Of course, I am inputting these games manually into the strat, so whoever wins this will get the win in strat, just as they would if I was scoring every game in strat or every game with this. So, and if it's a tiebreaker, whoever has the most win or the best record on the board will get the benefit of the tiebreak. Here's McCovey, 4-5, and that's going to be a blank to a lefty. McCovey, 1-2 is a ground ball to first. And that's one away as Mr. Watson will take care of it. Brings up Jack Clark. 3-4, and that is a strikeout chance. 3, he's got him. Clark is out of there. 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to bring up center fielder Thomason. 1-5, that's a straight up home run chance. Straight up home run, go right over here to a 16, but that's an 18. So Lemongello caught a break as the high D20 saves his potato. And we go to the Thomason for a ground ball to short to end the inning. So he narrowly escaped. Very fortunate with that D20 roll to avoid the home run. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 ball game. Ed Halicki back out will face Ferguson, Johnson, and Howell. 3-2, and that's a blank. We go to Ferguson. 2-6, that's a single to center field for Ferguson. His attempt is a 3. Cannot get a lead. Turns it over to Cliff Johnson. 2-2, home run question mark, 1-6, but that fails. Good thing because Johnson would have hit the home run automatically. 2-5, it's a fly to left, and that's one away. Takes us to Art Howe. No, hello, Coach Larry. No, I don't have anything for the Bad News Bears, so don't know what Buttermaker or the rest of them have going for them. Let's see, 5-1 for Halicki is the ballpark card. Going to Howe for the ballpark, or actually going to the ballpark for Howe's at bat. 5-3 is a power result to left. It goes to 15. That's an 11. That'll be a triple for Art Howe, and that's where the Astrodome brings in triples into the stadium. That spacious stadium gives them a triple, and the Astros have just tied the game on Art Howe's triple. RBI triple from Howe. The lead is no more for the Giants. It's 2-2. Infield's going to come in for Metzger. Trying to choke that runoff. 4-5, and that is a blank. We go to Metzger. So at least we avoid a range play. 4-5 again. It's ground ball to second. And with the infield in, Howe is going to have to hold. His only chance to score would be 1 or a 6. So they will hold him there with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Lemongello. Oops. D20 slipped right out of my hands. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Halicki to Lemongello. 4-4. That is a possible error on a throw, so the Astros might get a break on a throwing error. 2-5. However, it's a fly to center, so no throw needed. But the Astros do tie the game on the triple from Art Howe. And at the end of 4, we are tied at 2 apiece. Lemongello will be facing Sadek, Halicki, and Thomas. He had first base open with 2 on and 2 out in the second. Decided to pitch to Sadek, and his cookie cutter card gave us a 2-run single. So Lemongello trying to even the score here. 1-6 hit by pitch. Not going to happen there. We go to Sadek. 3-6. It's a ground ball to second and a bit of revenge for Lemongello. 1 down for Halicki. Look, the blue dye didn't go through. Where did that go? That missed completely. So rule is all 3 have to go through the tray and stay in the tray and not be leaning or stacked. 4-6, and that is a possible error on a throw. Go to Halicki. 3-5, and that is a star 1. Ground ball to second, so possible error. That's an 11. Second baseman Howe is only a 4, though, so it will not be an error. He will make the play, and there's 2 away. Here's Darryl Thomas. 1-6 hit by pitch, but that's not going to happen. That's a 1, but it's a 3 and a -3, so it takes that hit by pitch away. And here's Thomas. 6-5, ground ball to third. That's going to do it. Nothing for the Giants. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-2. And I am streaming now because I've got something else going on tonight, so I'm not going to be doing any streaming tonight. So I figured I'd get it in now while I can. And again, test out different times of the day to stream and see what people like. So here's Cedeno for 3, and that's a strikeout chance. 9's too high. Go to Cedeno. 6-5, single to left. Leadoff single for Cedeno. He's definitely a threat to run. His attempt isn't a 13. 12, he's in there. He's an 11 attempt plus the 2 from Halicki makes it a 13, so it's a good attempt. Stolen base is 16, plus 3 is a 19. Catcher Sadek is a -1 for an 18. 1 to 18, he steals it. And at 16, he still gets in there. It's a good throw by Sadek, but he had no chance. He stole it on Halicki. And Cedeno is in scoring position with nobody out as the Astros try to get that lead for the first time. Halicki 4-6, strikeout plus, though. That's not going to help the cause. He's a 4. The plus is a 4. I'm sorry, he's a 6. The plus is a 16. Plus 1's a 17, so the 14 fits. And Cabell is out of there. Jose Cruz has a chance, so it's a 20. So we got a 1-3 for a balk. 4-6, he picks him off second base. 7, it's a pickoff error. 8, nothing happens. 12, nothing happens. Everybody got back. Halicki 2-1, and that's a blank. We go to Cruz. 3-2, and that's a fly to center field. 2 down. Cedeno is a 3. You lose 2 trying to get to second base on a fly ball. Try to get to third base on a fly to center. Drops him to a 1. Thomason's a 0 arm. So the only way he reaches is on a 1. And he has to hold. So Cedeno will hold at second. 2 down. Clutch situation for Bob Watson. Halicki 1-6. Not tired, so there's no single there. Watson, 5-2, ground ball. Power result to left field. Against a right-hander, goes to 16. That's a 5. It'll be a single for Bob Watson. The single goes to left field. Left fielder arm. Evans is a 0. Cedeno's a 3. With 2 outs, it becomes a 4. Single to left, you gain 1. So that brings him to a 5. So 1-5, and he will cross the plate. And he does. It's a base hit. RBI single gives the Astros the lead. They claim the lead. Now 3-2. Nothing on the strategy, so we go to Ferguson. Halicki, 3-1 pitcher result. 1-9's an out, but that's a 15, so it's a blank. Go to Ferguson, 3-5, and that's a double to center field for Ferguson. This could produce a run. We already know the center field arm is a 0. Watson's a 3. With 2 outs, becomes a 4. Double to center, though, you lose 1, drops into a 3. So 1-3, and Watson will score. He does not. He's got to hold at third base. So he will hold at third base. But now Halicki in some trouble. Cliff Johnson, your batter. Second and third, 2 outs. Halicki trying to minimize the damage. 6-4, and that's a ballpark card. Going to Astrodome, which generally should help the pitcher, but you never know. 2-4 as a fly to left, and that does help Mr. Halicki. Astros take the lead, but they don't increase it. With runners at second and third, 2 outs, Halicki gets out of it. So we go to the 6th, 3-2. Favor of now the Astros. It'll be heart of the order. Andrews, Madlock, and Evans due up for the Giants. 3-5, and that's a blank. We go to Andrews. 3-4, and that is a ground ball to second base. Art Howe handles it easily. 1 away for Bill Madlock. That's a 4-6, and that's a possible error on a throw. Madlock, 5-1, star 5. That's a fly to left, so there's no throw to worry about. Easy play, even for Cliff Johnson. He can make that play, and there's 2 away. Here's Howdy Doody, Darrell Evans, 2-6, strikeout, 18, too much. 2-6. It's a ground ball to second. Howe handles it again. 1-2-3 go the Giants, and a shutdown inning by Lemongello or Lemongello, however you want to pronounce him. However you pronounce it, he's pitching well outside of that one snafu in the second inning. So Halicki's out. Halicki has faced 24 batters. He can face 27. So he's going to start the inning, but he is subject to fatigue once you get back to the top of the order. Art Howe, sacrifice fly and a triple, 2 runs batted in. Hello, Kenyon. Halicki, 3-2 is a blank. We go to Howe. 4-3, and that's a double to right field. So Howe with a triple and now a double. And Halicki might be in need of relief. They have right-hander Randy Moffett loosening in the bullpen because you got a whole bunch of right-handers coming up except for Cruz. So Randy Moffett is loosening in the pen. Right now, Metzger is your batter. 1-4, that's a potential wild pitch, but that's a 19, so no wild pitch. So we treat it as a blank. Go to Metzger. 4-5, ground ball to second. That'll get the runner to third with only 1 out, and the infield will have to come in. Now, Lemongello can face 29 batters. He has faced only 22, so he's going to stay in there and hit. They'd like to have a pinch hitter, but you want to have your pitcher that's pitching well keep going as well. Infield is in for the Giants. That's a 4-5, and that's a blank. So we go to Lemongello, or Lemangelo, however you want to call him. Take your pick. 4-3, it's a ground ball to short. And the only way Howe can score with the infield in, he drops to a 1. The only way he scores is on a 1 or a 6. Or he can hold firm and hope Cedeno drives him in, and that's what they're going to do. So it's a ground ball to short, freezing the runner. But now Halicki is tired. He could face 27 batters. That was batter 27. Not sure about that, Ernest. I don't know that. Now, what do we do with the Giants? You've got Halicki, who is now tired. If he hits one of these parentheses rolls, especially this one or this one, it's an RBI single. Or you try to milk one extra batter out of him and hope he can get the job done. We're going to give him one shot. We're going to give him one more chance to face Cedeno and get out of the inning. Halicki, 2-3, and that is a strikeout chance, 9, too high. We go to Cedeno. 3-3, it's a liner to third, and the inning's over. So it paid off, sticking with Halicki one extra time. That's going to be it for Halicki. He's done. And Randy Moffett will come in and pitch the 7th. So we finished the numbers on Halicki. He goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs. They were all earned. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits I've got him for. He walked, I believe, just 1. That was Cruz. That was the only walk he had. Didn't strike out many either. He struck out 1, 2. That's all I've got him for is 2 strikeouts. So Moffett will be your new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th. So that's it for Mr. Halicki. Go to the top of the 7th. It'll be McCovey, Clark, and Thompson. And, of course, if we get down to the pitcher spot, they will pinch hit for Halicki. McCovey, your batter. He is 0 for 1. It's a 4-6. That's a possible error on a throw. 5-3 is a star 2, which is a ground ball to third. So we're checking the throwing error possibility of Cabell. It's a 12. That will be a throwing error. That's a 7. So Cabell will throw it away. Let's see if Watson can prevent it from getting past him. He's a 4 as the receiver. And that beats the 2, so it's just going to be a 1-base error. E5 on Cabell. That will be the first error of the game on either team. So Cabell boots it. Well, he didn't boot it. He picked it up, but he threw it away. And now McCovey is your runner. He does not run well at all. They might be looking for a pinch runner. I think we're going to look for a pinch runner in this case. We are in the 7th inning, so substitutions are freely done. McCovey is slow as mud, so he's going to come out of there, and they'll find somebody that can run. There you see all the bench players right here. So who has the best speed? And it's not a really good hitter that they don't want to waste. Really, it's not a whole lot of speed on the base paths for anybody. The highest speed guy they got is a 3 in Whitfield, but he's a pretty good hitter. You don't want to burn him. Anybody else is going to be a 2. So actually, they're going to keep McCovey in the game because everybody else is a 2. They really don't have any speed guys, so they're going to have to hold him. They're going to have to let him go. Stay on the base paths. Here's Jack Clark. Oh, wow. That had to hurt. Here is Lemongello to Clark. 5-5, and that is a walk chance to a righty. 3, he did walk him. So maybe Lemongello, whatever, maybe he's tiring a bit. He can face 29 batters. He's only faced, at this point, 24, but he's starting to fade a bit. And you got the lefty Thomason coming up. Boy. Astros in their bullpen only have one lefty, and that's their closer, Sambito. Well, they really were closer by committee because Necro had 5 saves and Sambito only had 7. Forsh had 8, so he really isn't the closer. So we're going to go ahead and make the move and bring in Joe Sambito. Joe Sambito will be coming on in place of Lemongello. Sambito, the lefty, will be facing Thomason. So Sambito will be coming on. Joe Sambito. Now, do they pinch hit for Thomason? He's a decent hitter at 256. Fielding, he's okay. They really don't have a whole lot on the bench to offer. So Thomason will stay in the game to hit because they really just don't have anybody else to do it. Lemongello will go 6+ as he pitches into the 7th. He's going to give up so far 2 runs that are earned, but these runners are his responsibility. Hits 1, 2. I've got him just 2 hits right here. That's the only 2 hits he allowed. He did walk 3. He walked 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So he walked 3. Didn't strike out many. He struck out 2. So Sambito is charged with getting out of the mess. And Thomason is your batter. All right. Sambito to Gary Thomason. 4-5, and that is a potential wild pitch. That's a 1, so he comes in and wild pitches the runners into scoring position, and more importantly, almost, it takes away the double play. Now the infield's got to come in. That was a huge wild pitch by Sambito. Infield is now in. 5-1, possible error on a ground ball. 5-6, that's a fly to left. So when no error to worry about, it's a fly to left field. McCovey, a 3 for a sacrifice fly rating for Thomason to tie this game 1-3. And he does. Sacrifice fly is good. And we got a tie game. We are all tied up. And that will get Halicki off the hook. We are tied at 3. And now Lemongello can't win it. He could lose it. That run is unearned. So we know he's given up 3 runs and only 2 are earned. But he is responsible for Clark as well. Here's Sadek. Sambito to Sadek. 2-4, and that's a range play at the Astrodome. Range play at the Astrodome. 3-6, that's a star 6, and a star 6 is a fly to center. Cedeno is a 3. Very important he catches this. He does not. That's going to drop for a base hit. It will be a double. And that's going to score the second run. So now you can close the book on Lemongello. He can actually take the loss now. 4 runs allowed, 3 earned. On the RBI double by Sadek. He's been a pain in the butt to the Astros, to say the least. And now they'll pinch hit for Halicki. And Sambito's been having a rough time of it. So the Giants will go to their bench, and they'll try to find a right-handed hitter that can hit. The best they have is Larry Herndon. Not saying much, but it's the best they have from the right side, Larry Herndon. So Herndon will come in and pinch hit for Halicki. And with only 1 out and a runner at second, Herndon will swing away against Sambito. That's 4-5, and that is another potential wild pitch. A 2. It's a second wild pitch by Sambito. He's having all kinds of issues, and the infield will have to come in again. I've hit that 4-5 roll twice now. Sambito's got to feel like he's cursed. Infield is in. 4-2, range play with the infield in. That's just what they needed, was a range play with the infield in. 5-6. That is a ground ball to short. Metzger's a 2, but with the infield in, it gets by him automatically because he drops to a 0. So, I'm sorry, he drops to a 0. So, that's going to be a base hit on a failed range play. Giants score a 3rd run. That's when charged to Sambito. Pinch hit single for Herndon. And it is now a 5-3 lead by the Giants. Sambito having all sorts of bad luck. A lot of it self-induced. Here's Darryl Thomas. 2-4. That's a range play at the park. Well, we're getting some range plays out the yin-yang. 3-1. That's a rare play, so it's not going to be a range play. It's going to be a rare play with runners on base. So now runners on base. Rare play. 64. 3-2 pitch called, a ball for a walk. Pitcher argues, it gets thrown out of the game. Well, probably a good thing for Sambito because he probably needs to be out of the game after all of this. That's a walk. And that's going to do it for Sambito. He's done. He is definitely done. Astros will get a new pitcher. And he will have all the time he needs to warm up after the unceremonial tossing of Sambito. Sambito pitched a 1/3 of an inning. He's given up 2 hits, a walk, no strikeouts, 1 run, but he is responsible for both runners, so he could give up some more very easily. So coming on to pitch for the Astros, it will be Gene Pence. Gene Pence, the right-hander. Gene Pence facing Rob Andrews. 1st and 2nd, only 1 out. Strategy rolls are still on. Pence, 1-6 is a walk chance, and he will walk him. Now the bases are loaded. So the bases are loaded with only 1 out for Bill Madlock. He is a good double play candidate, but Pence is a -1, so if you lay back for a double play, you might not get it. Boy, what do you do here? But those range plays have been coming up out the yin-yang too. I think you got to play for the double play here. You got to hope you can turn a double play. 2-5, and we get another wild pitch chance, but this time 18 is a potential pass ball, and that is on Ferguson. Ferguson pass ball rating is only a 1, so this has to be a 1 for him to stop it. Anything else that goes through for a pass ball. And it's going to be a pass ball that will score the run. Yet another run comes in. That's charged to Mr. Sambito. So it is a pass ball. Puts runners at 2nd and 3rd again. Infield now will have to come in. No double play to try for anymore. Infield will be in. Pence to Madlock. 2-1. That's blank. Go to Madlock. 1-5. That's a ground ball to second. Thomas might still try to score. The infield is in. It drops him to a 2, but he can still score a 50-50 chance. 1, 2, or 6, he will score. So they may send him on this. Astros are going to have to throw to the plate. They have no choice. But a 1, 2, or 6, Thomas will score. 3, 4, or 5, he is out. He scores. So even with the infield in, he beat the throw. That run is also charged to Sambito. You can close the book on Sambito now, but it is a fielder's choice ground out for Bill Madlock. Andrews will take third. So runners at the corners, and now Sambito is charged with 3 runs. And we've got a 5-run inning now for the Giants. They now lead it by the score of 7-3. Madlock reaches on the fielder's choice. Darrell Evans is your batter. Runners at the corners. Infield still looking for that double play. Pence could use a strikeout. He gets an automatic out. That helps him a little bit depending on what it is. It's a fly ball to left, so that's a possible sacrifice fly. Evans is a 2. And it will be a sacrifice fly. And that will be an unearned run because the error, that should have been the third out, but it's not. They will actually bat around. As McCovey, who led off the inning on that reaching on the error, will come up to bat. But a sacrifice fly, and now it's a 6-pack of a run inning for the Giants. They lead it 8-3. Forgot to write Pence in here, but his outing has been forgettable as well. So here's McCovey. Madlock at first, 2 outs. Strategy rolls, I should say that we're off, so I shouldn't even mess with that. 3-6 possible error on a throw. 1-1 is a ground ball to second. That's a 12. Howe's only a 4, though, so they mercifully get out of the inning. But 6 runs come in for the Giants, and they take what seems like a commanding 8-3 lead. And actually, Halicki can get the win now. All those runs, he gets to benefit from all of those runs. They belong to him. So now, coming into the ballgame is Randy Moffett. Randy Moffett will be coming in for the Giants, taking over here in the bottom of the 7th. Be facing Cabell, Cruz, and Watson. But we are at the 7th inning stretch. And, of course, that means take me out to the ball game. So we will, and I need a stretch break after all that. After that inning, I kind of need a stretch break. So if you want to take a stretch with me, enjoy. Take me out to the ball game. Of course, we have Tabby making a cameo. I don't think she was too happy about being disturbed, but Oh, well. Got to do something when the game's out of hand, don't we? So it's 8-3. Bottom of the seventh we go. The next inside pitch game will take us to Atlanta, hot Atlanta. It'll be the Dodgers against the Braves. Pitching matchup in that game. Or will it? Did I get it mixed up? 422. No, you know what? This is for something different. My bad. Actually, there is no game on 421. The National League was completely off on 421. So on 422, we'll resume. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the New York Mets in Shea Stadium. It'll be Jerry Royce against Tom Seaver. That will be the next inside pitch game. But the April 21st, the whole league is off that day. Or at least they didn't play anything. They may have had some rainouts, but I think it was just a league-wide day off, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, we're ready to go again. Enos Cabell is your batter. 2-6 is a strikeout. 2 got it. So Moffitt comes in, enjoys an 8-3 lead. He can be relaxed and just pitch. Here's Cruz, 4-5. That's a ballpark check. Going to the Astrodome. 6-1 is a star 2. Ground ball to third. Easy play from Adlock. 2 down. And here's Bob Watson. 3-2 is another strikeout chance. 9. He gets him. He's an 8, but the stadium adds 1. So the stadium assists on that strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3. Talk about a shutdown inning. You just saw it right there. That was definitely a shutdown inning. And we go to the 8th. Pence can face 7 batters. Let's see, he faced 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can face 3 more. They really don't want to burn too many extra pitchers if they can avoid it. So he'll be facing Jack Clark to start the 8th. But he is on a short leash. Hello, Frank. Good to see you. 8-3 ball game, top of the 8th. 6-run inning, last inning by the Giants really have blown it open. 5-3 is a strikeout. 7, he got him. So Jack Clark is out on strikes. Giants batted around last inning. Thomason, 6-6 is an automatic out to a lefty. So the automatic out will be a ground ball to third. Cabell handles it 2 down. This is the last batter that Pence can face before he tires, and it will be Sadek. 6-3 is a ballpark card going back to the Astrodome. 6-1 is a star 2, fly to center. That's going to end the inning. So Pence will make it through 1 more inning. So all in all, he goes an inning and 2/3. And let's see what he gives up here. He gives up 1 run. 1 of the runs is charged to him, which is unearned. Let's see. Sambito gave up 1, 2, 3. Gave up 3 runs rather, but only 2 of those were earned, I believe. Thinking only 2 of those were earned. Not quite sure. Not going to worry about it right now. It's too late to worry. Too much to worry about right now. Just irrelevant. 1 walk and 1 strikeout for Pence. He didn't give up any hits. All right, so we go now to the bottom. Ooh, what's this thing doing here? Where'd that come from? When you live in the country, you can find all kind of critters. I don't know how it got in the house. Went through one of the vents, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Don't see that very often. Welcome to Wild Kingdom. All right, so Pence is done. And Moffitt will come back out to pitch the 8th. He only faced 3 batters, so he's definitely rested. It'll be Ferguson, Johnson, and Howe due up. Hello, Captain Carl. How are you? Unfortunately, not this. It was a close game till the 7th inning came along. 5-5, and that's a strikeout plus to Ferguson, and he gets him. Ferguson out on strike. So Moffitt has faced 4 batters. He struck out 3 of them. He is definitely slinging the rock. 3-4, and that's a strike. I'm sorry, it's a home run question mark. 1-14. That passes. Cliff Johnson's going to go deep automatically with that 20. So Cliff Johnson home. Well, no, I'll take it back. It's a -1 on the Astrodome, so it's only going to be a 19, so it's not automatic. But it is now, so it's official now. Home run for Cliff Johnson. I had to remember the Astrodome was a -1, so it wasn't going to be automatic. So Cliff Johnson homers, and that makes the score 8-4 now. Here's Art Howe. (6-3), and that's a walk chance. 9 will walk him. So now we'll check Moffitt. He has faced 6 batters. He's now tired, but they still have a decent-sized lead, so they're going to let him keep going. If he hits a parentheses, he has to come out for exhaustion, fatigue, whatever you want to call it. Moffitt, 4-3 is a possible error on a throw. Go to Metzger. 4-1, and that's a ground ball back to Moffitt. He's a 10. That's a 9. That's going to be an error on Moffitt. An error on Moffitt. Now, where would the throw go is the question. 2 -1. So unless this is a 1, I believe the throw will go to first. Well, actually, the throw's going to go to second because he's trying for the double play. So even though they might not get it, the throw would go to first. It wasn't a 6, so the throw's not going to first. It's going to second base. But it's an error. So the receiver in this case is, with the left-handed batter, the receiver is a shortstop. And the shortstop in this case is Thomas, who's only a 1. So probably not going to be able to block this. He is not. Now, can Metzger make it the extra base? I'm sorry, can Howe make it the extra base? Howe's run rating is a 3. He will. So Howe will take it all the way to third on the E1. Metzger will also get there because he was a 2. So it's going to end up being a 2-base error on Moffitt. And getting a little sloppy here in the dome. We'll need a pinch hitter. A pinch hitter will be required for the pitcher Pence. So the Astros will go to their bench rather. And they've got lots of left-handers on the bench that they can turn to. They got Crawford, Boswell, Gardner, and Herman. All sorts of guys they could turn to. Try to get themselves back in this ball game. Herman's a .291 hitter, but he is the backup catcher. So is Johnson that could catch as well. So that's not totally bad. So it looks like Ed Herman's going to be the guy that picks up a bat and hits. Ed Herman. He will pinch hit. Score is still 8-4. 2 runners are on second and third. Moffitt. They could bring in a lefty, but it's not really going to affect Herman. So Moffitt will give it one more go. Oops, strategy rolls are off. My bad. 3-6. That's a blank to a lefty. We go to Herman. 5-5. Ground ball to second, and that will score the run because they're playing back for the out. So run will score. Going to third is Metzger, but now there are 2 outs. RBI ground out for Herman. Makes it 8-5. And now Cedeno is the batter. Moffitt's still hanging in there. And he will pitch to Cedeno. 1-4. That is a strikeout chance. 10, too high. Cedeno. 4-3. Pops it up to third, and that's going to end it. And that's going to end the outing from Moffitt. So the Astros get 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th to cut it to an 8-5 lead. Now an 8-5 lead for the Giants. And we'll have to do some bookkeeping here to make sure we have everybody in place that needs to be in place. We need a new pitcher for Houston to pitch the 9th inning. And first of all, Moffitt is going to go 2 innings. And he's going to strike out 3, walk 1. Going to give up 2 runs. And only one of those is going to be earned. It's going to give up just the 1 hit, the home run. All right, new pitcher for the Astros. Let's see what's going to be. We need a pinch hitter for Moffitt as well. Figure out who that's going to be. But first, the Astros have to declare a pitcher. It's either going to be Ken Forsch or Joe Niekro. They'll go and go with Ken Forsch. So Forsch is going to be in to pitch, which means the Giants will go to Terry Whitfield off the bench to pinch hit. He will pinch hit for the pitcher, Moffitt. So Terry Whitfield will be your pinch hitter here to start the ninth of an 8-5 ball game. And now each team has committed an error. So it'll be Whitfield followed by Thomas and Andrews. But we may get a defensive replacement for Thomas because he's such a bad shortstop. It looks like Lemaster will come in and play short, or it could be Spire in his Montreal Expo uniform. Actually, it's going to be Lemaster. He's a 5 range. So I would think they would go with that. 5 range, so Lemaster will come in and play short. But right now it's Whitfield in a pinch hitting capacity against Ken Forsch. 8-5, top of the ninth. 3-6, that's automatic out to the lefty, so Whitfield is going to be out. And he's going to be out on a ground ball to short. So Whitfield is out, grounds it to Metzger, one away. Thomas will go ahead and hit, but he will be replaced by Lemaster in the bottom of the inning. 1-2 is a strikeout. 20 is too high. We go to Thomas. 3-6, that's a single to left field. So Thomas will single. Strategy rolls are still off, so no stolen bases or anything. Here's Andrews. 1-3 is a ballpark card. Ballpark card for the Astrodome. 6-6, that's a single plus to center field. So Andrews will single. Thomas will take third automatically. Check to see if Andrews can turn this into a double. Cedeno's arm is a -2, and he is a 2, so he cannot. It's no way he can do that. And so he will stick with the single. And now with 1 out, runners at the corners, here's Bill Madlock. They're playing back for the double play because he is a double play candidate. 6-4 pitcher result. 1-5 is a single. That's a 10, so no single. Go to Madlock. 4-6, that's a power result to center field. Goes to an 11, but that's an 18, so it's a fly to center. It's a potential sacrifice fly. He's a 1. No sacrifice fly there. Cedeno's a -2 arm, and the runner Thomas is a 4. So it's a 1-2, and we have a sacrifice fly. We do not. In fact, it's a 6. He might be out. So we're looking at the secondary roll. When the outfield arm is a -2, when a 1-5, we go to the secondary chart. And we do. So now we're going to roll a 1. The lead runner advances. 2 through 5 is going to be out. And he's out. So Thomas is out. Double play. Fly to center, and then he's out 8-2 on the double play to end the inning. So you take the chance, and it just didn't work. When you roll those 6s, anything can happen. So nothing doing for the Giants. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It is a save situation for the Giants, but their right-hander pitchers are not very good. I don't think they trust them. So they're going to go to a lefty, and Gary Lavelle, their closer. Doesn't matter if he's lefty or righty, he's their closer. So Gary Lavelle will get the call to come in from the bullpen. Forsch goes 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, but nothing else. No walks, no strikeouts. So Lavelle will face Cabell, Cruz, and Watson. Cabell. Four, that's a strikeout chance. 4, and he's going to get him. Against the lefty, he strikes out at a 4. Stadium adds the 1. Not that it was needed, but it counts. And Cabell now has the hat trick. He struck out 3 times. Here's Jose Cruz. 2-4, and that's a possible error on a ground ball. Cruz, 2-3. It's a pop up to second, so no ground ball to make an error for. 2 away. And I forgot to bring LeMaster in like I said I was going to do, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's pretty much over anyway. Lavelle, 1-2. Strikeout 18, too high. We go to Watson. 6-6. That's a ground ball to second, and there's your ball game. A 1-2-3 inning for Gary Lavelle with a strikeout, and he earns the save. The win goes to Halicki, loss to Lemongello. And the Giants improved to 4-7. Astros dropped to 6-5. Total line score, 8 runs on, I've got them for just 6 hits. There were a lot of walks and things going on, but let me double check. I only had them for 6 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. 8 runs on 6 hits and an error. Lots of walks and whatnot going on. So that hasn't helped the cause at all. For the Astros, 5 runs, and they do it on 10 hits and an error. So there's your final line score. San Francisco comes into the Astrodome and defeats the Astros by the score of 8-5. Winning pitcher is Ed Halicki. He improves to 1-1. Losing pitcher is Lemongello. He drops to 0-2. And Lavelle will pick up a save. I don't know what save number it is. I haven't looked at the computer for that to worry about that. But anyway, Giants 4-7, Astros 6-5. So no games for April 21st on the schedule. And April 22nd, this will be the last game that I'm scoring on this particular form because I did order the as-played sheets from Baseball Sim Research with all the ratings in them. But since I'd already written these out before I did that, I figured I'd go ahead and use them. But it will be Pittsburgh and New York from Shea Stadium. Jerry Reese against Tom Seaver. That will be the next game in Inside Pitch. The next game on Stratomatic, which will be sometime tomorrow. It will not be during the daytime because I've got or not be in the morning, I should say, because I do have an errand to run. Probably be sometime late afternoon, maybe around this time frame. It'll be Kansas City and Cleveland from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Tom Candiotti against Brett Saberhagen. That will be the next game on the channel. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. I will score this in the Strat computer later, get everything up to date, and hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. I am taking the rest of the evening off to get some things done that I want to get done. And you guys can watch the hockey game or whatever is coming on, or somebody else that might be streaming. Gardner might be out there doing something. You never know. Seems like he's always doing something. I always say Gardner can say I'm going to the bathroom and you have 300 people watching him. He just has followers. He's like the Pied Piper. He comes on with the stream and people flock. He's just that damn good. You know, what can you say? Kudos to him. He has done a great job on that channel. And, you know, not just the digital dice, but his regular channel as well. So kudos to him. And it's his world. We just live in it. So that's going to do it from here. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.